paused the video, so I kind of forgot to film an intro to this video. Anyway, I just wanted to get on here and say that I hope you guys really enjoy this makeup look and have the best day ever, no matter if you have a bay or not. Also, I know that my right eyelash is falling off. I poked my eye while I was applying them, so it was really hard to get the glue to stick. That's pretty much it. Enjoy the video, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell and subscribe. Okay, so starting off, I actually already did my foundation and eyebrows. Just because I thought I'd save time in the video. If you do want to see how I do them, I will link down my everyday makeup routine, which is pretty much the same thing that I just did. But as I said, I thought I'd just save time and move right into pretty much what the main part of this video is, eyes. So first I'm just taking the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. This is just the original. Any eyeshadow primer will do. You really don't need much of this at all. I usually just apply to one and then put it on one and then bring like half of the product over to my other eye. Okay, so then I'm going to take this flat shader brush. This is the Sigma eye shading brush and it's the E55. And then I'm just going to take like a neutral eyeshadow. The two palettes that I'm using in this tutorial is the Natural Love by Too Faced. I'm obsessed with this palette. Actually, I think it's limited edition, but I'm sure you can find colors that are pretty similar to this. This palette is just super beautiful, so I could not resist. And it like screams Valentine's. Like, I mean, come on, look at these. Sorry, mine's kind of dirty. But anyway, I'm just gonna take the color Heaven. So I put a natural colored like shadow all over my eye because I feel like it kind of is like a baseline between the primer and then the next eyeshadow that's coming, like the crease eyeshadows. I think it just makes everything blend nicer. So that's why I do this. So next I'm going to be taking the colors Spotlight and Honey Butter in the Natural Love palette, and I'm just going to be placing this like all over my lid, all over my crease. Like this is just going to be the transition shade, and I just typically mix these two colors together. And I'm using the Morphe M504 brush. It's just a really big fluffy brush for your crease. Okay, I decided to actually move closer so then you can actually see what I'm doing here. So then I'm going to be taking the R37 by Morphe. Just again, kind of another like fluffy brush, but this one's just a little bit more precise. It has a little bit more of like a tip and pointed edge. And then I'm just going to be taking the color Lace Teddy and focusing that like more in my crease, not necessarily like all over as much as the last colors. So now I'm going to break out the Jaclyn Hill palette collaboration with Morphe, obviously. Don't mind mine, mine's pretty dirty. I'm going to be using this top color. It's like the fourth from the top. Tap off the excess. Okay, so I'm gonna start adding like kind of like the reddish tones into this look. I'm going to use, again, the Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm going to use the second one in. And I'm just taking it on this like really small fluffy brush so I can like focus on the outer corner. This is the M506 by Morphe. In case you're curious, I do have the Jaclyn Hill favorites. You're gonna hear Jaclyn Hill a lot in this video. Anyway, but I do have the Jaclyn Hill favorites by Morphe, and I would 10 out of 10 recommend these brushes. It comes with like 23 brushes. It actually just comes in like this awesome case like for traveling, and it's just super nice because it just like opens up and it holds a ton of brushes. Definitely check that out if you're willing. I know people have discount codes like all over YouTube for Morphe. So I lost the card with the shade names, and I have like the palette that was released right away, not like the one with Ulta, so it doesn't have like the shades on the back, unfortunately. So you'll just kind of have to bear with me, and I'm sure you can figure them out if you go on like their website or something. But I'm just gonna plop this red shade in like the outer part of my like lid slash crease. I'm not gonna bring it in too far, but like halfway. And then just going back in with the fluffy brush we used before, the M504. I'm just going to blend that out. And then I'm just going to repeat the process, just pack that on and then blend it out again. You don't always want to go back and forth in your crease. You want to like go circular motions and also like back and forth. So then I'm just going to go back in. So I put the like more red color on both eyes, and then I'm just going to go back in with the R37. And I'm just going to take the first transition colors that we used in the very beginning and like blend that out more. Okay, so then I'm going to take this one to the left of the color we just used. I'm going to take this color and I'm going to pretty much do this exact same process. I'm just deepening up the red a little bit more. So again, just kind of like putting that on your outer corner and then like the beginning of your crease, or I guess the outer edge, and working that halfway in. Ooh, this is pigmented. Okay, so now I'm just going to take the M433 by Morphe, and this is just kind of like a smaller, but it's like a little bit more, shorter bristles, and it's a little bit more flat. Sorry, I like wiped the excess eyeshadow onto my hand. So now I'm just going to take this eyeshadow, it's on the very edge of the Morphe palette, and then it's kind of like a deep, it's not even like a ruby red, but it's like almost like it has a lot of pink in it. So I'm going to take this and just pack it on the outer edge of my lid and not so much in the crease. And then to kind of like make it a little bit more pigmented, I'm just going to spray it with Max Fix Plus. Put this on like my outer lid and not really in the crease. I love this color, it's so pretty. Okay, so then again, I'm just gonna blend that out a little bit. Well, actually a lot of it. So now I'm just gonna take these two colors down here and I'm gonna put them on the outer V. Just like pack those on and then blend them out. We'll mix in this dark two reds. I love mixing colors. Like I can never just have like one color. I just feel like it's like a waste. I don't know. I just feel like it looks better when you mix. So again, I'm like just focusing that like out on the very edge of my eyelid and then bringing it a little bit into the lower crease. And I'm just going to go in with like another blending brush. This is M518. It's by Morphe as usual. And it's just kind of like a more like dome shaped, I feel like, brush. It's a little bit more precise with the blending. The Morphe kit actually has like literally like 7 blending brushes in it that it comes with. So I think you'll be set for life if you get that. Literally, it's so nice though, because then you like don't really have to worry about like having only one blending brush. Okay, so then I'm just gonna go back in with that kind of like ruby red color again, and I'm just gonna do like the same thing and then blend it out just so it doesn't lose the color. So then I'm just gonna take this, like, it's pretty much a concealer brush, but I just use it like as like a small shader. It's a Sigma F70. I'm just gonna spray MAC Fix Plus with this, going in with the Morphe palette as usual, and then I'm gonna mix these two colors right here. They're like the pink rose gold ones. And I'm gonna pack that on like on the pretty much the center of my lid. And then you guessed it, I'm just going back in to blend that lid color out so there's no harsh lines. And I'm just gonna go back in with this color right here, and I'm just gonna put that like in the very, very lower crease, just to like make sure that that lid color isn't like overpowering the crease color. Very lightly handed too. I want this look to be a little bit more pink, so I'm just gonna go in with the Natural Love palette once again, and I'm gonna use the shade Color Bunny Nose. It is like so pretty. It's like this bright pink color. I'm gonna mix it with the color Honeymoon, I think, just to so it's not just so pink. I'm gonna put that over my lid again, kind of right in the center, but keeping it a little bit lower. Okay, so then also to once again darken up like the reds and bring them out a little bit more, I'm gonna take in that ruby color and just like very lightly tap it on the outer lid once again. Okay, so going in with that same brush, I kind of just like clean it off. I'm gonna take Max Fix Plus once again, and I'm actually just gonna go in with this lightest pink shade in the Morphe palette. Third one in. I'm gonna pack that on there, and then I'm also gonna mix it in with my favorite like inner corner shade. It's this one third down. It is absolutely beautiful. Just gonna mix those two. And then I'm actually just gonna put that like on my inner lid and then I'll like bring it down to my inner corner. And then again, I'm just gonna flip that over and I'm actually just gonna take those other two pink colors we used and put those a little bit back on the lids. And then I'm gonna go back in with Bunny from the Natural Love palette and just, or Bunny Nose, I guess it's called, and put that in the center of my lid once again. You're just kind of like balancing out the colors because once you add a color, the other color can tend to be covered up. And if you don't want that, then you just gotta go back in. And then also, of course, blend. I'm just gonna take in this definer brush. It is the M432. And then I'm just gonna go in with these two darker shades that we used before and put that on my lower lash line. I like to focus it like on the outer half, like the darker colors on the outer half. Okay, so then I'm just gonna take the Morphe E18 and I'm gonna take this lighter color that we've been using like a lot in this tutorial. And then I'm also gonna take these, or mix it with these pink colors that we used in the beginning. And then like the bottom ones that we used in the beginning. And then I'm just gonna go in and blend that out. Okay, so I just went off camera and actually popped on some falsies. You don't have to do this, obviously. It's obviously personal preference, but I just like the look of it. So, especially with this type of look. So, I actually poked my eye, so that's why my eye is watering. So I'm gonna take a break from eyes right now and actually move on to like blush and highlighter. So the blush I'm using is Tarte, the Amazonian 12er blush. It's in the shade Exposed, and then I'm using my Sigma Large Angled Contour, the F40 brush. And then I'm just gonna blend that blush out with my Duo Fiber brush by Sigma. I think it's the F50, yeah. Then I'm just gonna take my highlighting brush, it's the M510 by Morphe. And then I'm just gonna take this Becca Jaclyn Hill collaboration highlighting palette. But I'm just gonna mix the Prosecco, I think that's how you say it, I could be totally wrong, pop and then the champagne pop together. I'll just highlight my nose, Cupid's bow, chin, and then I like to bring it above my eyebrow a little bit, just the excess left over. Okay, so moving back to eyes, we're almost done with them. I'm just gonna take this itty bitty brush. It's really tiny, it's E36, just like a little tiny pointy pencil brush, basically. So I'm just taking these two colors right here, the highlighting colors in the palette, and then I'm also dipping it into this one that we used before. Okay, so this is what the eyes look like. You may be wondering why I'm not putting on eyeliner. I really do not like the look of eyeliner on me personally. You could definitely add a winged eyeliner if you'd like. I'm just not going to because my eyelids actually are just kind of, I don't know, they just don't work with me, I don't think. But moving on to lips. For lips, I'm just going to use this NYX lip liner. It's in the color Nude Pink. Going to take this, it's a mini Kat Von D. I don't know if this is like a birthday gift from Sephora, if it was in my Sephora Play box, but it's anyway, it's just a mini and it's in the color Lovesick. Like this color just like screams Valentine's to me. It's called Lovesick, so obviously, sorry, I have a bunch of eyeshadow on my hand. Look at this color, isn't that so pretty? I'm actually going to take this shade Bunny Nose, and then I've already put on it, but I'm just going to tap it like on the center of my lips. This is totally optional, you don't have to do this. Cute, lipstick on my teeth, that's cute. Okay, so this is the finished look. I really hope you guys like it. It's very pink, a little bit of red. You could definitely switch up the lip if you'd like, if you want to go for like a more nude or a little bit brighter. It's really up to you. I just really thought this color screamed Valentine's Day. I really am happy with the way it turned out.